everyone, this is Herrick bringing you another episode of Action Figure This Out. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified series, Sergeant Slaughter. Now, I picked this guy up at my local GameStop along with Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe Origins. This is the first time I've picked anything up from G.I. Joe and I'm super glad I did. These figures are amazing. So before we get started, let's take a quick look at the packaging for this figure. On the front, you're going to see a collage of Sergeant Slaughter, the figure itself, picture of him from the show, comic, and a random picture of Sergeant Slaughter. It says G.I. Joe Classified Series at the bottom, Sergeant Slaughter. On the side, you're going to see a close-up picture of Sergeant Slaughter. And on the back, you're going to see the figure here, along with all his accessories. It comes with 3 extra pairs of hands, a whistle, sunglasses, a hat, a gun with a magazine that you can remove, and a scope, a stick, and a miniature action figure. On the side, you're going to see nothing but the number of the figure, 53. Same with on the top, nothing but the number 53. And for anybody who needs it, here's the barcode at the bottom of the box. So perfect, let's action figure this out and take a look at this figure out of the packaging. Sergeant Slaughter is often described as the toughest of all Joes. As an instructor and trainer, he spurs his trainees through the most physically challenging exercises, which he can perform quite easily. He is almost unnaturally strong and can fend entirely for himself in the roughest of missions. So, before we get started, let's just take a quick look at the height of this figure. In inches, Sergeant Slaughter stands at 7 inches tall, which roughly equates to around 18.5 centimeters. So, right away, I'm just going to say that this figure is great. He comes with loads of accessories and has amazing articulation. The accessories he comes with are 4 pairs of hands in total, a gun with some attachments, so you can take out the clip over here, and you can take out the scope. So that's something else that's really cool. He comes with a stick and a whistle, which I have on him right now. He also comes with sunglasses, which I also have on him, and a hat. So as you can see, sunglasses, a whistle, and a hat. As well, he comes with a little tiny action figure on a retro card. So this is really cool. It's amazing. Really detailed, and you can hold the action figure holding an action figure. It's very meta. So overall, this figure is loaded. I'm definitely glad to have picked this figure up. For a big and bulky guy, the articulation for this figure is surprisingly great. This is definitely one of the best G.I. Joes around. He has a ball peg at his waist along with butterfly joints that help him get the most out of his articulation. This figure is so badass and is a must pick up. Now, I'm new to G.I. Joes and I'm glad to be on the G.I. Joe team. With this figure and Snake Eyes being my first foray into G.I. Joes, I'm happy to be on board. This figure is menacing and imposing. So, now that we've taken a closer look at this figure, let's take a look at his articulation. Alright, so now that we've taken a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at his articulation. So for this, I'm going to take his whistle off. So, in his neck and head, he has a hinge and a ball peg, which gives you the ability to look up this far. Okay, you can look down this far and have his chin touch his chest. Alright. He can look side to side, no problem. And he has a little bit of tilt, so not much at all. Almost non-existent. The base of his neck also turns with him. So there's rotation at the base of the neck, so you can turn 360 degrees. So that's pretty nice. Some extra articulation, and you can go forward and back just a little bit with that neck joint. For his shoulder, he has a butterfly joint, which gives you the ability to go in this far and out back far. Okay, he has a hinge in his shoulder, which gives you the ability to go 90 degrees. He He can go forward, back, no problem. 360, no problem. He has a upper bicep cut, which gives you the ability to rotate 360 degrees. A double jointed pinned elbow, which together, utilizing both joints, you can get this far, well over 90 degrees. He has a hinge in his wrist, which give you the ability to hinge in like this and out like this and rotate 360. He has an ab crunch, okay? So that way you can get him to crunch this far forward. You can get him to crunch back this far. And he has a ball peg in his waist, which gives you the ability to rotate around like this. He can swivel side to side 360 degrees, lean forward, lean back, lean side to side, no problem. So for his hips, he has drop down hips. Okay, so when you utilize the drop down hips, you can get him to do the splits, no problem. Alright, you can get him to kick forward over 90 degrees, kick back this far, and he has an upper thigh cut, which gives you the ability to rotate 360 degrees, double jointed pinless knee, which gives you enough range for him to kick his own ass. He has a boot cut, which gives you 360 degree rotation, and he has a hinge on his ankle, which gives you the ability to hinge back this far, hinge forward this far, and he has a forward facing peg for a rocker, so he can rock his ankles. So now that we've taken a closer look at the articulation for this figure, let's see how he compares with other figures. Alright, so first we're going to see how Sergeant Slaughter compares with the retro-carded Beast and the VHS Wolverine. Okay, so next we're going to see how he compares with Star-Lord from Thor Love and Thunder and Thor from Thor Love and Thunder. Alright, so now we have Sergeant Slaughter standing next to the Marvel Legends, Captain America from Avengers Infinity War, and Captain America from Avengers Endgame. Okay, here we have him standing next to the retro-carded Marvel Legends War Machine and the retro-carded Iron Man. And here we have him standing next to the Marvel Legends cel-shaded retro Spider-Man and the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And next we have him standing next to the Marvel Legends retro-carded Scorpion and the retro Shocker. And now we have him standing next to the Marvel Legends retro-carded Daredevil and Moon Knight. Okay, here we have Sergeant Slaughter standing next to the McFarlane Curse of the White Knight Azrael and the DC Rebirth Deathstroke. Alright, so here we have Sergeant Slaughter standing next to the McFarlane DC Rebirth Batman and the Tim Drake Robin. Alright, so here we have Sergeant Slaughter standing next to a few Star Wars Black Series figures. We have the deluxe retro-carded Boba Fett and Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett. Alright, so here we have him standing next to a few mercenaries. We have Marvel Legends Maverick and the Marvel Legends Bullseye from the Daredevil Man Without Fear 3-pack. So, I think that's going to be about it for today. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Action Figure This Out, where we took a look at the Mattel G.I. Joe Classified series, Sergeant Slaughter. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews of your favorite action figures. As well, don't hesitate to leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite character in the G.I. Joe line? Again, this is Herrick with Action Figure This Out, signing off.